Alright, we're live in the pits of metal chaos. It's yours, Dave. I got a special guest, vocalist from Nunslaughter, Dawn of the Dead. How's it going, Don?
Fantastic, man. Just hanging out.
Hanging out, playing some video games today with drinking some beers, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Real heavy metal weekend, but, I listened to some Black Sabbath and some Thin Lizzy today, so I'm okay.
So now you started the band way back in 1987. Did you think the band was going to be going for this many years, man?
No, not at all. Actually, we've talked about it, me and the original guys, we talked about it quite a few times. We were just planning on doing a demo, maybe 2 demos, and then, that was about it. Most of the bands that we liked or listened to back then, there was a couple of demos and maybe an album, and then they were done. So, we had no plans for the future, but here it is, 30-some years later, and band's still going.
Yeah, obviously you got following that people want to keep hearing shit from you guys.
Yeah, we're very fortunate that way. A lot of collectors, a lot of vinyl collectors, and couldn't do it without them.
Yeah, vinyls are coming back, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got a couple of hundred. We're not as many as Gothicles, but decent amount.
Now, how about your vinyl collection? You got a lot of vinyls?
Well, I used to. A couple of years ago here, whenever our drummer Jim Sadis died, I kind of decided to switch gears in life, and so I went to school to become a Harley Davidson mechanic, and so I sold my LPs to help pay for school, and saved all my 7-inches, but sold pretty much all my LPs. Yeah. So, but that makes it easy for me to move around.
Yeah. So now, when will we see another full length from Nunslaughter, man?
We're actually just last 2 weeks we recorded all the music, and then probably in the next 3 to 4 weeks I'll be doing the vocals and getting a mix. We're hoping that sometime around this summer that it'll actually be finished, like recorded. But then after that, we're gonna probably we'll take some time to get the layout and everything done, and then about this time next year actually is what we're looking for release date. So yeah, right around 12, 13 months from now.
Now, how many songs are you looking to put on that album?
There's 18 recorded, and we'll probably end up trimming 2 or 3 off to bring the playtime around 32, 33 minutes. And so, yeah, a lot of new songs.
Awesome, man. So I know you guys just played Chicago recently. How'd that show go in Chicago?
Chicago is such a fantastic town. It seems in recent years here we've been there we go there about every 6 months. Fortunate enough that they want us to keep coming back. It was the guy who put it on, promoter of the show, did a really great job. The venue was awesome. Hopefully, actually we are going back in about 4 months. We're doing Toastamania, which is a relatively large fest with friends of ours, Ghoul from California.
Awesome, man. I know you guys are going to be hitting Milwaukee in April for the Blades of Steel Festival for Randy Kastner.
Yeah, that's the very first time we've ever played Milwaukee.
Wow. Surprising, man, after all these years, man.
Yeah, so we never really got to play very many shows in the United States. Just had to deal with, if we would have time off from work, we wanted to go outside of the country, so we would book tours outside of the country and never tour in the United States. So just seems in recent years there's been interest to have us play individual cities. So we're fortunate Randy's having us out there. He's asked us a few other times and it never worked out. But yeah, this year it's going to happen.
That's awesome, man. There's a lot of great bands on those 3 days he's got booked, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you guys are playing which day?
You know, I'm not quite sure. I think it's on Saturday, but I haven't. If he told us, I forgot. But he may not even mention what day we're performing.
I'm trying to look into it right now on the event to see what. I know he put up the listing for the 3 days of all the band lineups. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, Saturday.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, I'm pretty sure our tickets are for Friday. We're going to go out on Friday, so we'll hang out on Friday, play Saturday, and then probably come home Sunday sometime.
Awesome. So this should be pretty cool, man, playing in Milwaukee for the first time.
Yeah, I've been to Milwaukee a few times, but never for a show.
Yeah, Randy Kessler's a real good promoter, man. He takes care of the bands real good, man.
Yeah, I've been in touch with him for quite a few years. Good guy.
He'll never do a pay-to-play show.
Yeah.
What do you think about promoters that do pay-to-play shows, man?
Well, so I guess it all depends on what you have going on in your community or in your music scene. If it's the only way to make a show happen, I would say that I think it's better to have people pitch in a little bit to have larger bands or national acts or even international acts come into their town. It gets a little. I don't completely understand the whole financial end of it, how much it costs to set up an event or bring bands in. But I mean, if it means getting a band in that people want to see or an event that folks will come to, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Now, for the name Nunslaughter, are you the one that came up with the name for the band?
Nunslaughter, the name?
Yeah.
That's actually, we're not even sure. Me and the original members, this has come up a couple of other times in the past, and I don't think it was really any one person. I think it was just kind of we were brainstorming, just throwing different names out there, and somebody said, Nunslaughter, and we all kind of looked at each other and we said, yeah, that's the name of the band. Like, it kind of all clicked. So nobody even remembers.
So now you write all the lyrics for the band?
Most of the lyrics, probably, 80%. Back when Jim was alive, he had very good ideas for songs. So a lot of times he would just give me a title and an idea, and then I would kind of run with it. In recent years, though, our guitar player has been contributing lyrics and song titles as well. But he'll give me a paragraph or a song title, and then I'll flesh it out and make it into the entire song. But for the most part, I am writing most of the lyrics, but it's nice to have other people's input as well.
Yeah. So now, where do you get your inspiration from to write your lyrics?
Well, mainly I just draw on same inspirations a lot of people have been doing for decades. Movies and books, mainly horror. I was a big fan of the Hammer horror collections and Universal Monsters and creepy stuff. Um, you know, Edgar Allan Poe and all the creepy masters. You know, that's
Yeah.
those are the people. Those are the best people to draw from.
Now, do you get any inspiration from some of these, gory video games that you play?
You know, I haven't. Well, I can't say that I never actually directly wrote a song because of a video game. But it's probably not a bad idea. This game, The Witcher, man, it's got some cool shit in there. So, yeah, maybe I will. Yeah, maybe.
So now, before Nunslaughter, how many bands have you been in?
Well, right before Nunslaughter, we were in a band called Death Sentence, and that was there were only 3 people in that band, and 2 of the members went on to do Nunslaughter. That was Jerry, the drummer from that band, from Death Sentence, went on to play guitar in Nunslaughter, and I was the singer in Death Sentence, and I went on to play bass. I started off in bass in Nunslaughter, and then we got 2 other people, about 6-8 months later, and then that became the full lineup. So the vocalist went to play, but then after a few years from playing bass, I went and started singing, and it just seemed easier for me.
Now, do you still dabble with the bass at all?
No, I'm terrible. I was awful back then, and then and I jumped at the chance to not have to play bass. I wrote a lot of the music back in the 80s with the band, and I wrote most of the riffs on bass. And then in the early 90s, I was playing guitar, not officially in the band, but I was writing music on the guitar, and I still wasn't good, so I had to show my ideas to the person who was playing guitar, and then they could actually put it together. But I don't have the acumen to play an instrument.
For Nunslaughter, do you write any of the music?
I used to. Up until about 20 years ago, I was the main songwriter, and then that's about the time that I met Jim Sadist, and he kind of took over the role of writing the music, and I stuck to the lyrics. And then more in recent years, it's actually been kind of a collaborative effort. The guitar player and drummer have been writing the music. Most of the music for the new album, the 2 of them wrote, and then I just kind of sat in, listened to it, put in my 2 cents, maybe help them arrange something or change something, but very minimal input from me as far as the music goes. Those guys were handling it in the past, I'd say maybe 3 years that they've been writing.
So what bands were some of your biggest inspirations when you started out in music?
Well, I guess that made its way into the band, like music-wise, was Death, Massacre, Slaughter, Sarcophago, Bathory, Morbid Angel, Venom. There's some Slayer in there as well. But those were some of the big heavy hitters, the stuff that really made me want to listen to more aggressive music.
Now, at what age did you actually decide you're going to be a singer?
Well, I'm still working on making that decision. I don't. I've just been. I got. Well, I'd have to say back in it's probably 90, 91 is when I kind of started doing more like backup vocals, and then in 90, I think it was 91, yeah, in 91 we put out a demo called Impale the Soul of Christ on the Inverted Cross of Death, and when we went to record, the singer, Greg, he was the original singer for Nunslaughter, he couldn't make it to the recording session. He only lived a few hours away from where we were recording, but I don't know if he didn't have a car or something, but anyway, he just said that he couldn't make it. Well, we had already had the time booked with the guy with the 4-track or 8-track, whatever he had, and so I said, well, then I'll just sing, because I wrote all the lyrics and most of the music for that albums or that demo. So I said, well, I'll just sing, and if you ever get a chance, we can redo it with his vocals. Well, he decided he flat out didn't want to sing anymore, so I just became the singer of Nunslaughter. So for a while there, I was singing and playing bass. That was probably like 4 or 5 years, and then I gave up.
Now for the band Nunslaughter, do you have a fondest memory of this band?
Boy, well, I'd have to say, me personally, one of my favorite, I guess, events that happened with the band was that I'm a big fan of Y&T, and they have a song called Midnight in Tokyo, and as a kid, I absolutely love that song. I love it as an adult too, but so when we got a chance, we played Tokyo, and I got to say, something along the lines of like, thank you, good night, Tokyo, and I thought of that song and how much that meant to me, and that was one of my favorite moments for myself on stage and with the band, was that I got to perform in Tokyo, and it meant a lot to me.
Yeah, Y&T is an excellent band. Dave Meniketti's like an awesome guitar player. Man.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm still going too, man, after all these years.
He sure is.
Now, what's been one of your favorite tours you've done with Nunslaughter?
So I can't remember what year it was, but we did a European tour with friends of mine from Pittsburgh, this band called Sathanas, and I've been friends and fans of the band for many, many years, and we got a chance to do a tour together, and basically, 2 weeks or so jammed into a passenger van, just shooting the shit, talking about growing up in Pittsburgh and the bands from that era. And for me, it was a very simple tour it was a very easy tour because of the company that we had. One of my favorite tours was Nunslaughter Sathanas tour. And I think I want to say that might have been 2013. That sounds about right. Yeah. So
how many times has the band been to Europe?
Not that many. Well, on tours, I think on tours we've been there maybe 6 times, and then we've gone over a couple of times just for some one-off shows, like Netherlands Death Fest. We just went over, did the show, and came home. We did a fest in Bergen, Norway as well. We just flew over for the weekend, played the show, and came home. And so I think 6 or 7 tours, and 2 or 3 times just for like one-offs we've been over there. Yeah, we're fortunate.
Yeah. So how's your fan base down in Europe?
Actually, it's fantastic. Germany's almost like a second home. I want to say we've probably performed in Germany almost as many times as we've performed in the United States. It just fantastic. And then it also is nice to be able to get to countries that you have corresponded with people but never actually performed in that country. And we're in early March. We're going to Asia, Southeast Asia again, and it's one of those things that there's countries there that would like us to perform. Unfortunately, we don't have the time, or we didn't have the connections to set up a proper show. But we're actually going to some countries that we've never been to before, and I'm getting correspondence and Facebook friend requests from these countries that we've never been to before, and so I'm really looking forward to that, meeting new people and getting to a different country.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it's a cool thing about social media. You can talk to all these people from out of the country and stuff.
Yeah, no, like when we played Japan, out of however many years ago, it was one of those things that I was corresponding with a person from Japan for probably almost 20 years. We used to trade T-shirts and demos and everything, and I actually got to perform with his band and hang out with him for a little bit, and I thought that was really cool. And same thing with Singapore and Malaysia. I had started corresponding with people, and 10, 15 years later, all of a sudden, I'm meeting them in person. I'm performing in their country, and they're coming to the show, and I get to put a face with a name that I've written to for so many years. Yeah, it's really freaking it's freaking cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah, I remember the tape trading days back in the 80s, man.
Yeah, that's how I heard so much music.
Yeah, it was fun though, man.
Absolutely.
Having pen bangers from all around the world.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about? What do you think about? What are the pros and cons in music business, man?
I'm sorry. What's that? What was that question?
What do you think are the pros and cons of the music business?
Well, I think that when bands maybe either form or continue to perform because of they think it's financially beneficial to them, I think a lot of times that it could water down their enthusiasm for why they started in this genre of music. I think that it's not necessarily a bad thing that there's money involved, but a lot of times that the money influences what people put out music-wise. But I think a big pro of being an independent or a DIY band is that we don't have to listen to anybody. We just make what we want, and if people enjoy it, then they get to. We get to continue to do it because we're not the by far we're not the biggest death metal band. We're not the most popular. We don't sell the most records or T-shirts, and we're not on the biggest tours. But in the end, we've kind of done it ourselves.
Yeah. So, what kind of advice would you give the up and coming metal bands out there?
Don't expect to make a living off this kind of music would be the biggest advice. Like, you gotta, I mean, you know, you got to follow your dream. I can't say that this was necessarily ever on the table for me that I thought that I was going to be doing music for this long. You know, everybody in the band in Nunslaughter, we all have just regular jobs, you know, and that's what makes it difficult to go out on tour. Some of the bigger bands, you know, they're out making a living, performing and, you know, selling merchandise. We don't have that luxury, and so I guess the big advice would be don't expect that you'll make a living from doing music, especially this kind of music. I mean, you know, if it's, you know, pop music, yeah, maybe you can make a living, or rap, but doing death metal, you ain't making no money.
Yeah, you have to do it for the love of the music, and only way you're going to make money is sell your merch.
Yep. Yeah, you can't download a T-shirt, at least not yet. You know.
So what's your opinion on illegal downloading?
Kind of along the lines of what I was saying before. I don't really make any money at this, so download away. I don't. It doesn't bother me in the least bit. I got a job Monday. You know, come Monday at 8 a.m. I'm punching the clock. I'm going into work. If somebody still wants to download my music and listen to it all day for free, go right ahead.
All right, now, do you have any funnier and embarrassing moments to share? You know, on any of the tours you've done?
Let me think. I mean, probably everything that any band has ever gone through with not getting proper directions, showing up at the wrong club, or showing up and the fucking drum kit looks like a fucking Muppet drum kit. You know, you expect a certain amount of quality, and you show up and can barely play the instruments or the gear that they brought. Breakdowns, getting robbed. You know, there's a lot of shit. I got robbed on the last tour in Europe, so
wow.
So that kind of sucked. But yeah. But you know, whatever. It was only a couple of $100, so I wasn't that upset. But yeah, just shit like that.
But you've never fallen over on stage or anything, have you? Tripped or anything?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, but that's the if you want to stand in one place and play it safe, sure, you'll be fine. But actually, some of the stages you perform on are rickety. They got fucking holes in them. I mean, there was one stage in can't remember if it was Mexico or I think it was in South America. I don't remember what country, but the whole fucking stage moved as you walked around on it, and you could ever possibly imagine. And we just assume, we're like, we'll probably, this fucking stage is probably going to fall over. Luckily it didn't, but yeah, I mean, oh sure, fall over all the time. In fact, there's actually live recordings that we ended up releasing where I'm jumping around on stage or doing whatever, and then you hear me fucking fall over and the fucking mic hits the ground and shit. That's, you can't play it safe, just go out and have a good time and perform, and, if you fall over. Now, I never fell off the stage and, like, broke a leg or broke an arm, which has happened to some other bands, but yeah, fall over all the time.
Yeah, I've seen video footage of like a guitar player, bass player disappearing. They thought, where'd he go?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, or you know, getting your hair caught in the fucking guitar neck, you know, and the tuning pegs and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and shit like that. It happens.
Yep. Yeah, it's just shit that you expect to happen, man.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you a few more questions. We'll be done. Who are your top 5 favorite bands of a lifetime, man?
Top 5 bands lifetime, man. I mean, Black Sabbath has got to be there.
Oh yeah.
Venom, Motorhead, and then maybe for something a little lighter, huge fan of Frank Zappa, and that 5th one, man, I don't know. So many others. It's got to be up there with. It's got to be a tie between Judas Priest and Iron Maiden. You know, just solid heavy metal, rock and roll. You know.
Yeah. So what was the first concert you ever attended?
First stadium or large venue concert was 1983. It was Ozzy Osbourne on the Bark of the Moon tour with Motley Crue and the band Wasted opening up.
Pete Way, yep.
Yeah, Pete Way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were horrible. Like, Pete Way must have been like way fucked up. Now, Motley Crue, granted, I was just excited to see Motley Crue, so I can't tell you if they were necessarily like on point or just were terrible, but Wasted was fucking wasted. Like, that guy was fucked up. So it was just like, what is he doing? Like, I can't understand what the fuck is going on. And then, but Motley Crue, that was on the it was on Shout at the Devil tour, and they were. I remember loving it. But yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, Bark the Moon.
Yeah, it sucks that Ozzy has Parkinson's disease now, man.
Yeah, you know, you kind of wonder if they just waited to announce it. I mean, his behavior, even back when he was doing the TV series, The Osbournes, you know, he looked shaky.
Yeah.
You know, you could see it in his hands and stuff, and maybe it was withdrawal from drugs and drinking. Who can say? But it's strange that they waited until now. I mean,
yeah,
you know, to announce that he has Parkinson's. But yeah, that Parkinson's that's degenerative too, and it's just shitty.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a buddy he sings in a local band. He's got Parkinson's disease.
Oh, and he still sings?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I watched medical marijuana people with pretty advanced Parkinson's, you know, where they're just shaking like crazy, and they end up smoking some pot, and it levels them out. Like, then their hands are not shaking and everything, and you're just like, oh man, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So now for Nunslaughter, how many social media sites can we find the band on?
Probably most prevalent on just like Facebook, and then we got Instagram, and then just our regular Nunslaughter.com website, which is all just like, that's merchandising. Hell's Headbangers handles all of our merchandise for us. But yeah, I guess there's a Twitter account, but I'm not on that. And then there's Snapchat and shit. I don't do any of that other stuff. In fact, the guys have to kind of force me to do shit on Instagram and Facebook, because I don't really, doesn't seem important to me, but I guess it really is. You know?
Yeah, that's the way to advertise the band these days, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Don, I want to thank you very much for taking time to do this interview, man.
Yeah, man, I'm glad we finally, got a time that both of us were available. I appreciate it. I really do.
Well, that flu and the fucking bronchitis that fucking destroyed me for a couple weeks, man.
Oh man, yeah, I was lucky.
Yeah.
So I was good this year. Yeah.
So you have any final words or anything you want to do before we close, man?
Just if people haven't heard of Nunslaughter, they should just go to YouTube or download whatever they can. There's, I don't know, we probably got about 300 songs out there.
Yeah.
Just listen to it and don't feel bad that you're downloading it for free. Just download it and listen to it. And tell other people too, because I want to come to different countries.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm should be making it up to Milwaukee. Hopefully, then if I do, I'll definitely come and talk to you, man.
Yeah, please say hello. That'd be great.
All right. Well, you have a good night, man.
Okay, you too, man. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peaceful
All right. We just heard 4 songs in a row from Nunslaughter. Twisted Spirit, then Fuck the Bastard, then Satanic Slut, then the last song was God. I want to thank again Dawn of the Dead vocalist for Nunslaughter for being on air with me today. And if you're in the Milwaukee area, April 12th, make sure you go out to see him Saturday, April 12th. Nunslaughter will be on the bill on the Blades of Steel Festival out in Milwaukee. It is a 3-day festival, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Non-Slaughter will be on Saturday, so get out there and support. And everyone, you have a great night. Bye.